Have you ever been curious about what the lost city of Atlantis is all about, or whether it truly existed before? Legend has it that the city has been swallowed by the sea, so it has disappeared forever. Recently, a city that has sunk deep into the Mediterranean Sea has been found, and many of the city's remains have been discovered. Is this a real-life Atlantis in modern times? Hi, welcome to our channel. Today we're going to explore an Egyptian city that is claimed to be Egypt's version of Plato's Atlantis city. This city, Thonis Heracleion, is Egypt's lost city and apparently sank 1,000 years ago. Let's find out how this city compares to the mythical Atlantis city. But before we dive into this engrossing topic, we want to know your thoughts about Atlantis city. Have you heard of it before, and do you believe it? Tell us in the comments below. In preparation to find out more about Egypt's lost city, let's get to know about the story behind Atlantis city first. Atlantis, as described by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, is a mythical island nation featured in his writings. Plato envisioned Atlantis as an exceptionally advanced society that thrived millennia prior to his era. According to his accounts, this island was situated in the Atlantic Ocean and was renowned for its remarkable architectural feats and cutting-edge technology. The Atlanteans were portrayed as a formidable and aggressive civilization, eventually meeting their downfall in a major conflict with the people of ancient Athens. According to Plato, the originators of Atlantis were believed to be a mix of divine and mortal lineage. They established a harmonious society and developed into a dominant naval force. Their habitat comprised concentric islands encircled by broad moats and interconnected by a canal that reached the core. These lush islands were rich in precious metals like gold and silver, and they teemed with rare and exotic wildlife. At the heart of Atlantis stood a magnificent capital city. Numerous speculations exist regarding the location of Atlantis. Some suggest it was in the Mediterranean, off the coast of Spain, or even beneath what is now Antarctica. People have proposed Atlantis to be in virtually every imaginable place on Earth, remarks Charles Orser, a history curator at the New York State Museum in Albany. According to Plato, the Atlantis existed for about 9,000 years before his own time, claiming that the story had been handed down through generations by poets, priests, and others. However, Plato's writings remain the sole known records of Atlantis's existence. Most scientists doubt the actual existence of Atlantis. Renowned ocean explorer Robert Ballard, who famously discovered the Titanic wreck in 1985 and is a National Geographic explorer in residence, has pointed out that no respected experts, including Nobel laureates, have confirmed the accuracy of Plato's Atlantis account. Nevertheless, Ballard acknowledges that the Atlantis legend has a certain logic to it. Throughout history, there have been catastrophic events such as floods and volcanic eruptions, one of which bears similarities to the story of Atlantis. Approximately 3,600 years ago, a massive volcanic eruption devastated the island of Santorini in the Aegean Sea near Greece. At that time, the highly advanced Minoan civilization inhabited Santorini, and their sudden disappearance coincided with the volcanic eruption. But Ballard dismisses the possibility of Santorini being Atlantis, because the timing of the island's eruption does not align with Plato's account of Atlantis's destruction. Additionally, one classics professor at Bard College named James Romm said that Plato crafted the Atlantis tale to convey his philosophical concepts. Plato used Atlantis as a vehicle to explore some of his recurring themes, Romm explains. These themes encompassed ideas about the contrast between divine and human nature, the concept of ideal societies, and the gradual decay of human society, all prevalent in Plato's works. Atlantis served as an alternate means for him to delve into these cherished ideas. The Atlantis legend depicts a virtuous and spiritually inclined populace residing in a highly sophisticated utopian society. However, their moral decline led them into greed, pettiness, and moral corruption, which angered the gods. As retribution, Orser explains, the gods unleashed a night of cataclysmic fire and earthquakes, causing Atlantis to sink beneath the waves. For the majority of scholars, it stayed within the realm of myth. Ancient texts described a city, detailing its canals and the religious beliefs shaping it. Submerged beneath the currents near Alexandria for nearly 3,000 years, this city remained unfound. It was only when French archaeologist Frank Gaudio and his team meticulously combed Egypt's Abu Qir Bay for decades that they finally beheld a breathtaking sight, a colossal structure, a visage hidden in the depths. Are you intrigued to know about this real-life Atlantis now? Before we reveal more details about it, what are your thoughts so far on Atlantis City? Do you think it's possible that it's one of the cities that have sunk deep into the sea? Comment with your thoughts below. Now, let's get to know Thonis Heracleion, the city that was found deep into the Mediterranean Sea. In the early 2000s, a team of divers operating along the Egyptian coast made a significant discovery. They located a substantial rock fragment beneath the seabed, encrusted with salt, and brought it ashore. Their search continued, leading them to unearth 6 more fragments. Scattered around these pieces were various treasures, the remains of temples, fragments of pottery, valuable jewelry, coins, oil lamps, ceremonial barges, and sculptures. As an archaeologist, finding a tomb is thrilling, but it usually belongs to a single individual, explained Aurelia Masson-Berghoff, the curator of the Sunken Cities exhibition at the British Museum. Discovering an entire city, which was once the home of thousands and thousands of people for over 1,000 years, well, that's something extraordinary. This city was none other than Thonis Heracleion. Established approximately 2,700 years ago in the present-day Abu Qir Bay, located 15 miles northeast of Alexandria, Thonis Heracleion preceded its more famous neighbor as the primary emporion, or trading port for the region, by several centuries. It served as a central hub for international trade, intersected by a complex network of canals and featuring harbors, docks, temples, and tower houses, all connected by ferries, bridges, and pontoons. The city managed the majority of maritime traffic entering Egypt from the Mediterranean. Goods underwent inspection and taxation at the Customs Administration Center before being transported for further distribution. This distribution occurred either in Naucratis, another trading port nearly 50 miles up the Nile, or via the Western Lake, connected to the nearby town of Canopus through a water channel, providing access to various parts of the country. Despite being mentioned by ancient chroniclers such as Herodotus, Strabo, and Diodorus, detailed knowledge of Thonis Heracleion and Canopus was believed to have been lost permanently. About a millennium ago, Thonis Heracleion succumbed to submersion caused by factors like natural sea level rise, earthquakes, and tsunamis. Following Gaudio's initial finding, ancient hieroglyphs, deteriorating temples, and enormous statues were uncovered off the coast of Egypt. Recently, the French archaeologist has discovered additional marvels at the site, including silver dishes, gold jewelry, and a djed, a pillar-shaped object crafted from bluestone. The exploration of the ruins first commenced in 1999 under the direction of Frank Gaudio. During this exploration, a variety of artifacts from the city's ancient past were discovered, including statues depicting the god Serapis and Queen Arsinoe II. The remnants of the port city now lie beneath the sea, approximately 4 miles or 7 kilometers away from Egypt's current coastline. On his website, he referred to the recent discoveries as valuable, emphasizing how they exemplify the prosperity of this sanctuary and the devotion of the past residents of the port city. In their recent excavation, the team revealed the city's southern canal, where a grand temple dedicated to the Egyptian god of air, Amun, was once located. To the east of this finding, researchers also unearthed a Greek sanctuary devoted to Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. This area yielded imported bronze and ceramic objects. At the site, a diverse range of artifacts, including animal sarcophagi and elaborate shrines, provided a wealth of knowledge. While several artifacts remain in their original positions, owing to Abu Qir's designation as an underwater museum. Numerous items have been brought to the surface. These artifacts are now exhibited in the Greco-Roman and Submerged Monuments Suite within the National Museum in Alexandria. One item recovered from the underwater site is a 2,000-year-old stone figurine representing Cleopatra, a Ptolemaic queen. In this depiction, she is portrayed as the Egyptian goddess Isis, with a sculpture style that blends local and Hellenic artistic influences. Among the intriguing discoveries in Thonis Heracleion are artifacts related to the city's recreational activities. An example includes objects associated with the annual celebration of the Mysteries of Osiris, a widely observed event throughout ancient Egypt. During this celebration, which was shrouded in secrecy within temples, two figures of Osiris, the god of the underworld and resurrection, were prepared. One was crafted from soil and barley, while the other was made from precious materials, including ground semi-precious stones. In recent years, additional discoveries have been made, including temples, woven baskets containing palm tree fruits, small statues depicting the god Osiris, wooden couches, gold amulets, a galley ship from the Ptolemaic era, and various other artifacts. Excavations of the underwater site are still ongoing. However, much of the city still remains unexplored. In 2010, a type of ancient Nile riverboat was unearthed, and in 2019, a small Greek temple was discovered, along with treasure ships and bronze coins dating back to the reign of Ptolemy II. The most recent excavation, conducted in July of 2023, concentrated on the southern canal of the submerged city. This area houses the remnants of a significant temple dedicated to Amun. Approximately 1,000 years before the entire town was destroyed, substantial stone pieces from the temple deteriorated during a catastrophic event in the middle of the 2nd century BC, as described by Gaudio. During the excavation at the temple site, archaeologists unearthed silver ritual objects, gold jewelry, and delicate alabaster containers likely utilized for perfumes. Among the findings were 2 ceremonial plates made of silver, highly valued in ancient Egypt, which were utilized for offering libations to the gods. Experts have many ideas about why Heracleion ended up underwater. The most common theory is flooding. Heavy rain and rising tides overwhelmed the city, causing it to battle against the sea. Some think this, combined with coastal erosion in Alexandria, caused the city's downfall. But the truth about why Heracleion sank and why it stayed hidden for so long is still uncertain. The archaeological evidence confirms the existence of Thonis Heracleion, unlike its legendary counterpart, Atlantis, for which there is no similar historical proof. So whether Atlantis is true or not, the wealth of knowledge available in the finding of Thonis Heracleion should tell us more about what's true in ancient Egypt. What are your thoughts about Egypt's lost city? What do you think will be uncovered about Egypt's history in the artifacts discovered in the sunken city? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, hit subscribe, and click the notification bell. Thanks for watching.